Okay, hello guys. Welcome to another country's episode. So as you saw the last episode, there are a bunch of civil wars, but there was the first outbreak of World War I, with several alliances clashing. The Blue Alliance with the Orange and Hungarian German Alliance versus the Green Circles Alliance and the Pentagon Alliance. So yeah. Okay, so we're not going to focus on that right now. First, we're going to focus on the civil wars. If you watched the last video, you'll know that the North Brazilians are authoritarian. The South Brazilians are democratic and freedom-loving, because these guys are the people who want freedom. And down here, the people are down here, which are much expansionists. These are the stabilizers. So in the South, it's a civil war between the stabilizers and the conquistors. As you can see in Argentina, the conquistors are next to Buenos Aires, while the stabilizers are revolting elsewhere. And the stabilizers are up north in the Inca Empire, and the people and the conquistors are in the south. So yeah. To clarify real quick, when you go into the blue tinted area, it's hard to discover. It's hard to discover that area. So because of it, I will be forcing Norway to release some of its claims to Greenland, because in my opinion, that is way too much land that they're supposed to know about. So, yeah. Oh wait. So, wait. Yeah. It's fine. So, wait. Yeah, okay. I'll just leave it, you know what? Yeah. So anyway. The Civil Wars. How is it going? Not very good for the conquistors, as the stabilizers are making big gains, as most of the people are tired of it, until the green team joins in, which are the conquistors, supporting this team. You know what? I'll flip the colors, so therefore it seems kind of more easy to remember. Wait, I forgot to give this. Anyway, so I'll keep them. So the green team starts to have border skirmishes, as in the north, like right over here, and in the very south for Argentinian land, and further Argentinian lands. But Argentina's focus on uniting Argentina to become a massive bulwark against Chile. As the Inca Empire steps further continues its pushing after regrouping and recontrolling their area. As there are barely any fortifications in South America. Very, and I mean very few. Most of them are extractions. So, yeah. But since Chile has much of their extractions in the bordering provinces, is the Argentina people quickly capture these to cripple Chile and their plans like that. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Argentina also gets the Falklands and St. George and the Sandwich Islands. So yeah, they will continue pushing up into Argentina, eventually capturing Buenos Aires. Oh, wrong layer. Once again, I gotta add a major city. 5 pixels. Okay, anyway, so after the fall of Buenos Aires, morale greatly drops, but the conquistors try and make the population happy by doing a counter-offensive that does not successfully he captured Buenos Aires, but it does in fact push further into the stabilizers and successfully captures a city of the stabilizer in the Amazon. This is the Amazon. The Amazon's more north. This is more of the plains. So yeah. So anyway, so now the stabilizers get back on their feet and then do a pincer maneuver. Pincer maneuver, attempting to encircle the division, but these divisions successfully retreat and end up holding the line. So, it is in fact that these guys end up losing the city that they just gained in the counteroffensive via a forced pincer maneuver. Luckily for the conquest support, Chile does a massive counteroffensive, doing lots of damage to the Argentinian side with such a large offensive. So yeah. So anyway, after Chile does that massive offensive, they're running low on manpower. So it's hard to deal with unruly population and loyalists in the land. So because of this, many Inca loyalists end up rising up in Chile. So yeah, along with many Argentinian loyalists across the land. So yeah. So yeah. Anyway, the liberals here. The liberals, since Chile is so outstretched, their plan mainly is to try and contact the Incan Empire. You guys that share the same ideas as them and they successfully connect up. They also start besieging Chile's capital while continuing their campaign. So they start pushing up with another pincer maneuver, but there's not many divisions, so the small divisions there are able to withstand the pincer, but they lose land in the south, but there's barely any population there. So yeah. Anyway, the north, now there was a northern offensive with the goal to reach this lake with more pincer maneuvers. But the Argentinians do not want to lose ground, so to counter the pincer maneuvers, they push over here, threatening encirclement of the pincer, of both pincers, and also start besieging this city, which is a great move by the Argentinian generals as they successfully encircle one of the pincers of the stabilizers. So yeah. After the encirclement is dealt with, they capture 3 divisions. A very helpful time because these are ancient times, so people cannot produce the manpower that they could. One division is like 25,000 soldiers. So yeah. So one division is 10,000. No, I wouldn't say 10,000 soldiers. 5,000 soldiers would be one division. So 3 divisions, 5,000 times 3, 15,000 and people encircled. And eventually, and these guys try and do the same, but the Argentinians are much prepared and send out garrisons from the city of Buenos Aires to protect the flanks of the pincer maneuver. While the pincer maneuver starts, while the people in the pincer maneuver started moving a bit more. Now, after that, Argentina successfully beats back the conquestors from besieging the city, but the conquestors in the very south having a successful time with the partisans in the south successfully unite and started sabotaging by taking coal mines and iron mines away from Chile, destroying their trade like that. So yeah, they captured key iron mines. Or the Incan, and since these Incans are so far away, they will try and connect these mines, steal these mines, and also connect with the Argentinians, which they successfully do. So the partisans in the south are becoming a very big threat, and eventually they unite into one big Argentinian bloc against Chile to fight for independence of the very south. While the Incan partisans get angry at the very south for quote-unquote betraying them for Argentina. So because of this, they start cutting diplomacy and starts relying on the other partisans, these partisans in the city, after they see the Argentinians as traitors and conquestors of their land, even though they're supposed to be the stabilizers, like that, like promised. So that's what they think. So yeah, the Incans also capture these areas and successfully, and the North Incans successfully captured the city with the Incan partisans. So yeah, Chile is not having a good time as its economy is starting to collapse, as much of the old mines are completely gone and the very north is encircled, until a small breakthrough happens which unites the north, but the mines are still held by many nations. They have very few mines, only some in the Falkland Islands, and this one right over here. They only have the one. I'm selecting this one. Actually, the only ones are in the Falklands. So because of this, Chile starts having an economic recession, especially since the only trade route is with the Inca Empire. Since tensions have been high always with the Incan Empire and the old Argentinian conquest, the old Incan Empire and the stabilizers of Argentina are much friendlier. So yeah, now with the Brazilian Civil War. Since there's barely any trade routes due to infrastructure through the Amazon being very horrible, Brazil has a hard time and much damage is dealt to the army with authoritarians, but morale is incredibly low as the soldiers are literally being forced, so many defect to the other side, bolstering the ranks and allowing them to do massive offensives along the coast and into the north, like that. The progress is extremely steady here, as like I said, the infrastructure is crappy. So yeah, until it looks kind of dire for the people here, because the authoritarians can keep on recruiting manpower, but they can't because they're actually fair. These guys actually are not. They hold the press back and make it look like joining the military is so cool. Until the Colombians join, successfully pushing very far into core Brazilian territory. So yeah, like that. So yeah, I'm going to mention Colombia gets the Granadas in the Lesser Antilles. So yeah. Now Brazil's fronts end up stabilizing, and the people in Colombia agree kind of on a partition that looks something like this of Brazil. So this is what mainly Colombia would gain from the conflict. It's like this. But however, the old Brazilians have not capitulated yet. So that's basically the peace deal. If the people won. While what are the Brazilians' peace deal? If they won, their plan is to annex all the Colombian lands till Trinidad and Tobago, along with Grenada. Like they will expand all the way up here and annex these guys completely. So yeah, if that's for your information, the comparison. So yeah, until the people start feeling kinda risk-taking, so they agreed to do a pincer mover to the city along with a spearhead in the south straight to the city. So their plan is to attempt to encircle these like two divisions, one division here, one division here, and capture this major population center like that. So yeah, they start besieging the city, but the Brazilian garrisons instance take this division and push it back and end up holding the line and from the pincer movement. So yeah, it isn't very successful. But they are besieging the city while the northern offensive continues pushing across the coast rapidly, threatening the capital. Like that. So, in order to do this, the Brazilians will do what suits them best, which is to do a spearhead to the coast and attempt to encircle 5 divisions, aka 25,000 men. So yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the army has very few women, as this is ancient times. So sexism is very common here. So yeah, be very aware of that. So yeah, the only country that has actual women equality, I would say, is Iberia, Morocco, the people of Atlantis, and Nepal. Those are the only guys that have women equality. You may be asking me why? Because these are ancient times, remember? So in ancient times, men were thought to do manual labor like war and stuff and building stuff, but women were expected to work in the kitchens. So yeah, that's what was the ancient thinking. So yeah. So anyway, after the pressure mounts with the Colombians pushing even further, the authoritarians go extremely far into conscription, causing many partisans to start rising up and the fall of the city to partisans. And eventually the capital is captured, causing the capitulation of Brazil. So I will show you the peace deal. So wait. So this is what is going to happen. So yeah, this is what Brazil is going to get, and this is what Colombia is going to get. Yeah, I will find the border. So here. Here's a tip: if you want to find the border, you just go into one pixel mode, and then you just start drawing a thing to find the border. Something like this is what the border would be between Venezuela and Brazil. So yeah, democracy ends up winning here, guys. Yeah. I forgot to mention, because Hungary is fighting Romania, there will in fact be many Romanian partisans in groups around the city. One here, and also one here in core Hungarian territory, because they don't like being forced west to fight. It's these guys. So Romanian soldiers that are forced to migrate over here in Hungary are revolting. So yeah. now, what is going on here? Now after Chile's horrible defeat to the partisans, hence Chile will lose even more land as the Argentinian partisans successfully link up with these guys, along with connecting down here, completely encircling this front and even encircling the old Chilean mines. But Chile has naval superiority. Problem? The Strait of Darwin between Antarctica and South America. This is a huge problem because the waves here are incredibly aggressive, so they do not favor the Chileans. And especially since I believe the current goes this way, from right to left, not left to right. So when Chile sends their boat from here, they are fighting the current, which is very strong since it is the only place besides Nunavut that actually links up the Atlantic and the Pacific. So anyway, after the after the capturement of that city, it's almost secured. Of the Falkland goldfields are definitely secured. I don't actually know if there's any resources on the Falklands. Be very aware of that. So after that, Argentina celebrates its victory, its massive victory. Yeah. Once again, let me find the borders. So, these are the borders of the Civil War, as Chile is completely collapsing with partisans, and there's even literal partisans in the street of Santiago, aka the capital of Chile, in the very outskirts, loyalists. And more loyalists rise up questioning Chile's stronghold. As many loyalists were hidden for many years due to the oppression, but now they aren't anymore. So anyway, the partisans will link up with Incan forces and capture the city before pushing even further down and eventually connecting with the partisans and capturing Santiago, which causes the capitulation of Chile. So you may be asking me, how's the peace deal going to go? Well, for Argentina's help, the Inca Empire will agree to cede its very southern territories to Argentina like this, while in return, Argentina will cede all the gold mines over here that were owned by Chile earlier back to the Inca Empire. So that is the peace deal of Chile. So now, with all these resources of the Chile gold mines, they're able to fund many mercenaries from the Inca Empire, like that, and then are able to encircle these divisions, but they are long gone, so there's only one division here, and also successfully reach this lake. This lake over here, and eventually encircle this massive amount of divisions. After that, Argentina capitulates. So that is the civil unrest done. All the civil wars in South America are done. So anyway, time to go to World War I. Countries. Okay, so anyway, so Tunisia will first start pushing in the Egyptian front even further after building a large navy using the power of coastal bombardments. They also harass the Sicilian ports. It's in Sardinia and Sicily, of Romans. I'll call them the Greeks because their capital is in Thessaloniki, right over here. Or is it Thebes? I believe Thebes is right I believe Thebes is like right over here, and this is Thessaloniki. So yeah, now the Egyptian front is going completely horrible because on every single border except for this one right over here, they are fighting. So their manpower is extremely low as the red team continues slithering up the Red Sea coast, and the red team successfully pushes even further through the Sinai, but Egyptian forces stop them, so they are in fact forced to do a naval invasion, eventually linking up to the Red Sea. After this, Egypt capitulates. So here's the peace deal. First things first, Tunisia will be getting massive swaths of land all the way till the fan of the Nile. So yeah, they'll get land that looks something like this, or that land. Or the red team will split the Sinai with Egypt. Yeah, and this Levantian city, like that, along with giving parts of the Red Sea coast back. So yeah, the red team is actually being very kind to Egypt here, as they are giving a very easy and cheap peace deal. However, they have in fact lost the Levant. Now you may be wondering what the purple team is doing. They're just doing what purple teams doing best, aka pushing via land, as the Tunisian naval capabilities are so strong that it forces purple ships to dock. So they dominate the Mediterranean. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to change Tunisia's color. Why? Because they are going to form a new empire. This empire is going to be known as the Carthaginian Empire. Okay? Tunisia forms Carthage. Basically what I'm saying. So yeah, now it's straight up the Punic Wars with Germany and Saudi Arabia. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to give a new nation this color later on. I'll give it right now. Okay. So, oh wait, I forgot to give these lands to the Carthaginians. So yeah. Anyway, so what's going to happen is that there are also going to be little Hungarian rebellions, and in the very north, I'm going to color them red because they do not want to be a part of the Hungarian state, because they think that the Hungarian state is losing. They want to create their own Hungarian and ethnic area with their own religion and not to be forced with Hungary. So these guys will revolt very far wide like that, while Hungary is going through even more instability as many partisans and start rising up in even more cities across as Transylvania. So yeah, before Hungary's eyes, is a new Romanian state is immediately declared out of its old puppet state. It's old puppet state. It's immediately quitting the war with Romania. Shockingly. So Hungary is so shooken up by this. This is like that. So yeah. After that, these guys are now kicked out of the alliance. 1 second, wait, no, I'm wrong there. So yeah, they're now kicked out of that alliance. So yeah, now it's straight up Hungary versus the purple team. But at least they have the helpful eye of the Germans. since they are very strong, as they themselves are considered great powers. Norway is still a great power because of its many trade routes and its economic stability. So basically, a rich money. They have like $1 trillion bills. So yeah. And then, shockingly, a new war participant will join in. Who will they be a part of? Let's see. I'll create their own faction for them. So, after seeing heightened and scarily things, there will be a new alliance. What is a good shape? I'll call them the trapezoids. So yeah, so they will form the Trapezoid Alliance. Yes, this is in fact a trapezoid by definition. I don't care that it may not be a perfect alliance. Okay, so anyway, so the Trapezoid Alliance will be spread out along with Morocco. So yeah, this is the Trapezoid Alliance featuring Iberia, the city, I'll just call it France and Morocco. This is very unrealistic as tensions between Morocco and France are very high due to immigration. Fun fact! So anyway, now the Romanians will start losing land to the Ukrainians who in other words, locked the TF in after repairing the navy and in the army greatly after the horrible defeat to the Central Asians. These purple guys. So yeah. Anyway, the Ukrainians will start pushing and be very aware this is all by themselves, as due to wartime supplies are not being shipped through Red. The only way is through Georgia and then into Ukraine, and Georgia is not really a good source. So yeah, you may be wondering what is Red Team going to do? Well, it's a very weird strategy. Here's their plan. Their plan is to let them take a bunch of this land. What the? Why does this keep on happening? This weird purple pink stuff. Anyway, so here's their plan. To let India take all this land along with the Central Asians. Don't forget about that. So let them take all this in land. You may be asking me, why would Red Team do this? It's for one very good reason. These forts are very, very strong and very impressive. They have withheld many invasions for the Red Team. And the mountains and the hills, not really mountains I would say, and unfavorable terrain for the Central Asian team will be the downfall in this front, and as they gruelingly push through the mountains just to besiege the city, while the forts are holding strong against the Indians. Not to mention, Red Team has a really strong navy, but not as strong as the Ethiopians. Be very aware of that. They have a strong navy, so they can. Sorry, let me explain real quick. The Ethiopians, after reaching the sea, got gifted a very strong navy by Egypt, and Ethiopia still has those really high quality boats. So Oh yeah, so Ethiopia has a very good navy. That's what I mean. And the red team has a really good navy too, blocking Indian naval invasions, and this fort is holding well. They also try and land in Qatar, repelled, and they also try and land in Oman, repelled. They're all repelled. So yeah, the red team forts hold strong. So basically what they're doing is the horde equivalent of grinding the enemy down till they have 0 manpower and their divisions are completely out of steam and then just walk straight to the capital. So that's the red team's plan. Anyway, so what is the purple team's plan? Their plan is to do blitzkrieg. So yeah, their plan is to do the Schlieffen plan. Here's what I mean. They first do a distraction by pushing into red team territory, but while also invading Georgia. So yeah, they start pushing and start threatening Pontus until red reinforcements start flooding in. After the attack of the purple team, it is official that why does that keep on happening? That they it is fine. I will just do it like this. It is official that what the heck, Juvie? Okay, anyway, it is official that Georgia will join the Blue Team Alliance. Let me scale this down. So yeah, after the invasion, Georgia joins the Blue Team Alliance. I'll put it right over there. So yeah, and after they joined the Blue Team Alliance, they started facing a heavy bombardment from the Pentagon team over here. But the red team has a genius idea. Their plan is to send many divisions to try and hold out the Caucasian Mountains and also try and hold Tehran, as they have lost 1 fort. So yeah, and what they will do is impressive. They will successfully push back the the Caspian dudes, recapture the city, and start pushing up into the city of Baku. Well, they send many volunteers to Georgia, helping them successfully capture the Caucasian Mountains. Wait, yeah, those ones. So yeah. Anyway, so after Georgia successfully captures that, after Georgia successfully captures this land, and the purple team is desperately trying to assault, but they end up getting blocked by forts or the Caucasian Mountains. So it's completely a slog for them. So they cannot push any further. Now, after the failed Schlieffen plan of purple team, red team will start bringing its navy. It will start using its newly built Mediterranean fleet. It's gifted by Carthage to start harassing the purple team navally here in Rhodes and in this city. I forgot its name. So yeah, they will do many naval invasions. Same with Carthage. So yeah, they will exclusively land in Corsica before pushing into Sardinia, and will do a southern naval invasion to support the one in Sicily, along with doing many in Naples, and one in the east. They're just doing the same thing as we have so many boats. They're basically being Britain of Hoi 4, spamming naval invasions. So therefore you have to garrison every gosh damn port. Trust me, bro. I played as Germany and Hoi 4, and it's so painful fighting Britain. I hate fighting the Allies. That's why I always knock out France and do Operation Sea Lion and just spam and then try and build the biggest fleet ever. And it ends up being like 1955 before I can finally invade Britain. So yeah. Anyway, they start spamming naval invasions, and they successfully capture Epirus. Now, the Boba team seeing a front collapsing, I forgot to mention the Germans push very far, all the way to the Carpathian, to the Alpine Mountains. So, yeah, wait. They push all the way to the Alpine Mountains like this, along with it pushing incredibly far through the north, literally around the partisans. Look at that. So they do all this work. Hungary is doing very sloppily because they're incredibly busy fighting the Civil War, and the Germans put down this rebellion with force, with the military. So yeah, this is their plan. Until a shocking thing happens. The great power of Lithuania joins the war. Their justification? Germany is being way too expansionist. So what side do they join on? They will join on the wrong one. Right. So yeah. Anyway, Control C, Control V. So anyway, this is what the Lithuanians will join the Green Circle Alliance, and they will start doing many border skirmishes and be very well. Be very, very, very well. Lithuania has the best army in all of Europe. After their humiliating defeat to Sweden all the way in episode 1, they have locked in and created one of the most strongest armies ever. So, because of this, they will incredibly quickly capture the Jutland Peninsula almost as quickly as they do. So, yeah, they will successfully capture the Jutland Peninsula while further pushing north all the way to Amsterdam and sieging Antwerp. Brussels. Antwerp's right over here. No, that's Limburg. I didn't add Antwerp. So they're just going to siege Brussels and Limburg at the same time. All this crazy stuff is happening in lightning fast pace until a shocking thing. Lithuania is considered as a massive threat for the stability of Europe. So literally, the Trapezoid Alliance joins against Lithuania. So yeah, that means Morocco is now at war with the green team. So yeah, now it is an actual world war. Stretching from the Baltics, the world was stretched from Estonia all the way down to Africa. That's how big the world war is. So yeah, it's getting late for me now, so I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Goodbye.